From Adam to Noah, chapter 5. This is the written account of Adam's line. When God created the man, he made him in the likeness of God. He created them, male and female, and blessed them. And when they were created, he called them man. When Adam had lived 130 years, he had a son in his own likeness, in his own image, and he named him Seth. After Seth was born, Adam lived 800 years and had other sons and daughters. Altogether, Adam lived 930 years, and then he died. So, I try to punch through chapter 5 because most likely it's just a written account of the Adam's line, and but I have a couple questions in there. I personally feel like it feels so interesting. First, people live that long, 930, almost 1,000 years, and what made them live that long? Secondly, I noticed during that time, they don't give much birth. Right now, we kind of like, we can, some lady can give a breed like a rats. They have like 12, 13, 14. But that time I see like Adam and Eve, they didn't give much birth kids, and just kind of the interval is large. It's interesting. So when he was 130 years, Adam had Seth. That's his third son. So definitely his first son, Cain and Abel, probably in his middle 70, 80, maybe 100, I don't know. But definitely Adam, if you count back, Adam doesn't live in the Garden of Eden for that long. He was kicked out. He was kicked out probably in his middle age, early middle age. Then after that, God dropped him back to Ethiopia. Then he led those people walk back all the way to east side of the Eden, try to get in, can find out, and found that the gate was guarded by the firing sword or something. And after that, there is some kind of trial. So, but think about Cain. When Cain killed Abel, definitely Cain is not like 10 years. Cain definitely, it's more than teenage. It sounds like it's more like 20 or 30 something. So this time, Adam, Adam like give birth pretty late. Right now, like we can give a birth like 12 years, 14 years, child can become a father, mother. That time, it's interesting. I don't know why they give a birth that late, or just because the hormone come out like late, or naturally if you live longer, the age getting like older, kind of like an elephant. So elephant, they live long and they give birth late. I don't know. It's very interesting. Let me do more research. So from here, we can see human, their original life, the lifespan is probably like 1,000 years, or a little bit more, but it won't be that much difference. So at the beginning, God or heavens, they design those projects, they give them the lifetime is about 1,000 or a little bit more. Because after they get kicked out from the Eden, they live environment rougher than Eden. So they may experience sickness or something. So they will be life expectancy was shorter, but still not that much difference. So we can know. So the beginning, at the very far beginning, you never able to live forever. And the heavens never designed, never expect you to live forever. Even in the Bible, it's very clearly say, God said, well, we don't want them to eat the fruit of life, so they will live forever like us, right? So that's the reason. The only thing is, my question is, when you basically let those testing samples running slow, I mean, each generation kind of like a slow switch, a slow exchange. You can watch those details. They are details. But when you short their life expectancy, you kind of like compress everything. You fast the clock, the time measurement. What's the purpose? Why want to do that? I think it's not just it's not for the testing related. I think it's more like because I noticed later, okay, God shortened humans' life to 100 years. So they make each generation go fast, right? So the whole purpose is different than from the very far beginning, the purpose. You slow down the generation, you go detailed observation of the project. That's what I see. Also, it didn't say God create other human or not. It just say he created Adam and a woman, right? And some say the woman is Lilith. Some say he created more, so later Adam picked the second one, the wife called Eve. And maybe God created other humans, but it didn't say even in here, it's not important anymore. The reason is after the flood, they're all dead. So who cares, right? That's end up chapter 5:5. Genesis 5:6. When Seth had lived 105 years, he became the father of Enosh. And after he became the father of Enosh, Seth lived 807 years and had other sons and daughters. Altogether, Seth lived 912 years, and then he died. When Enosh had lived 90 years, he became the father of Canaan. And after he became the father of Canaan, Enosh lived 815 years, and had other sons and daughters. Altogether, Enosh lived 905 years, and then he died. When Canaan had lived 70 years, he became the father of Mahalalel. And after he became the father of Mahalalel, Canaan lived 840 years and had other sons and daughters. Altogether, Canaan lived 910 years, and then he died. When Mahalalel had lived 65 years, he became the father of Jared. And after he became the father of Jared, Mahalalel lived 830 years, and he had other sons and daughters. Altogether, Mahalalel lived 895 years, and then he died. Let's just stop right here. I noticed firstly, the time they start to give birth is getting younger and younger. Also, another thing is their average age still like more than 900 years. So I would suspect, indeed, humans' life expectancy is 1,000 years. Yeah. Even what curse can take the portion of your health is limited. Yeah. Another thing is when they give a birth early and early, I think it's possible is more and more female start to like populate it. So they got more choice. So they can have mating easier, quicker, earlier. So they got it. That's what I think. But imagine you live in this kind of life without internet, without sex, without TV, and what kind of life? I can't imagine that time Asian people. If you just get up in the morning and no toothbrush, and you take a shit, then you go hunting, you go do some work, right? Get tired, then find some water or find something to eat a little bit, then back to the tribe or back to your little quads. Then, well, it's getting dark. Then you find some way to eat something, maybe grass, maybe root, maybe fruit, or maybe a little bit of meat. Suck the bone, try to get the last juice of it. Then lay down by yourself. Or if you're lucky, you have women, but you're tired like hell, but you still have to do it. So, but damn, it feel like even worse than my dog. What kind of life? I just feel like I can't stand for that. But and you have to wait, you have to suffer that for 900 years repeatedly. Even as a noble high priest in the community, you don't need to go outside for hunting, or people will give you food. But what else you have? You just like stare at ceiling and recall the memory of Eden again and again. Then start to chanting, or maybe use animal blood to try to draw some picture. You saw it in the garden, in the Eden garden. I guess that's the beginning of the art. So at that moment, do you think those barbarian or those ancient people, they want to live forever? They want to live eternally? No, none of it. I haven't seen anyone like at that time they want to live longer. So see, after that you will see the sentence, another guy, he lived only 300 something and he died. People think he's finished his miserable things like earlier, so they call him what? Walk with God. It's very interesting. Yeah. Yeah. Also, I noticed the similarity between their names. Like, had a son of Seth. After that, Seth's son of Enosh. One is a son of Enoch. So then after that, Mahalalel and Jared. I don't know if those names are popular or very popular, or just like people has no other, there is no imagination to generate more names. I don't know, but I see it's very similar between the two bloodlines. Cain's, his son is Enoch's son. Then after Jared, Mahalalel. Then same thing, this line, same thing. So it must be they use the same language and that they share very close view or value, something. So that's they name their descendant. That's what I believe. Also, I suddenly recall there is a one girl. Previous chapter talk about Namera. I think that she is the daughter of Lamech, and her meaning is a pleasure. In the other document talk about she is the wife of Noah. So possible these two settlements, they have the marriage, they have the business, they have trading, all the things daily. And I think since Cain, he built a city build a city, he's more like in a dominate like position, in a dominate position. So I think like he still have maybe communication or the exchange, maybe marriage together. That's what I feel that time. So there is a there are records for king. People still remember his descendant's name, and maybe even Lamech, what he talked to his wife. But during the great flood, everything wiped out, and Adam, his descendants, all I think all die within the flood. So all they can trace is a written record. Why they need a written record, the written account? Only the direct bloodline, or only the firstborn, or what they consider is a more important. You have the name, and you will trace all the way back to find out. Otherwise, the other daughters and the sons, either they're not in this land anymore, they lost the trace, or either they died. Nobody can remember them, so they don't need a name. I just think like if you, how many generations can you trace back? You can remember your grandparents, but can you remember your great-grandparents? Maybe they just a name. Maybe you even don't know who they are. Can you trace back high great-grand? Highly doubt it. So I think for the Bible, they can trace 7 generations, parents' name, great-grandparents' name, and maybe even have one whatever sentence, the word he say. I think is pretty good in the ancient times. So they must be important. So people write down, they put them on the writing or engrave them on the brick,